Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to End Unity for All. This is my second video this morning. Anyone that follows me on Facebook knows that I have been talking for some time about fear and anger being addictions. And let me explain that they meet the clinical definition of an addiction. They incite the exact same chemical processes in the brain and the body as meth use, methamphetamines. They increase your adrenaline levels, your dopamine levels, your cortisol levels. And yes, people become addicted to this. If you don't know about it, look up optimal level theory, which means that people get used to a certain level of stimulus, and that becomes their norm. So if they start reaching a point where there is something less to be afraid of, they will actually seek out other things which incite anger and fear. Look at the people that ride on, that seek out whatever a certain politician has tweeted today. They're looking for something to be angry about, something else to be afraid of. I can't say that I've never done it, but I tend to be more aware of it, and I am looking more for what can we do about it. That's my mindset. And my mindset probably came from the fact that I recognized that I was doing exactly that. And it's an easy trap to fall into, especially with the media always pushing whatever is going to cause that emotional reaction without informing you, with our politicians raging against each other, and it's always one side against another. It's always a battle. It's an enemy. We're not enemies. We all live on the same planet. Americans, we all live in the same country. We need to work together. We need to find ways to work with each other. So when a person keeps on looking for these things and looking for a them to us against them, and the them keeps on changing, the war is not meant to be won. It is meant to be continuous. The media makes money by getting you to come back day after day for your next fix. And that's what it is. It is a fix. And if you keep going back, you are the addict. They're the dealer, you're the addict. They get paid, and you get your drug. This is what's going on across this country. And we need to just get over it and start thinking in different terms. Take that money, take that power away. Turn off mainstream media. Start looking for solutions. Stop looking for problems, look for solutions. I was trying to find ways to quantify my theory, and there is this strange thing that anger and fear can, in many people, incite Sexual arousal. So I tried looking up condom sales. I couldn't find anything current. So about the last thing I could find was 2014, which would not fall into the time frame I was looking at, which would include the election cycle to today. Here's what I did find. Sexually transmitted disease rates, STDs. According to a report from the Centers for Disease Control from 2016, STD rates have increased every year for 3 years. This was from the last year. And that falls right into the same time frame as the election cycle. We might be able to consider 2014 an outlier, but 2015 and 2016, that falls right into it. When the reports come out for this year, expect it to be up, STD rates to increase again. What I did find about condoms was quite frightening, that the number of people that actually use condoms is a fraction of the number of people that don't. Protect yourself. There's a lot of people that are riding on this anger and fear, and this is what the result is. Not related to sex. Tried looking up antidepressants, but antidepressants have been increasing every year since 1999. Big shocker there. So that would not be anything that was so much of an indicator, unless you include people that are stressed out about the fact that we've been in debt and at war since 2001. But related to opiates. Overdose rates. To quantify that, overdose rates have increased 18% year upon year since 2014. We know that people are more addicted to opiates than ever. You can't throw marijuana into that mix because there's no such thing as a marijuana overdose. But our overdose rates are increasing 18% year upon year. Year upon year means 2014 had 18% more overdoses than 2013. And then 2015 had 18% more overdoses than 2014. And 2016 had 18% more than 2015. The numbers are not compiled for this year, but this year's not quite over, but you can expect that number to be another 18% increase or more. These are all signs that people are looking for things to be afraid of. Stop being afraid and start being empowered. Start being active. And that means being active on issues that will have a result. I guarantee the STD rates are not related to pink pussy hats, because those are just birth control devices. If you're wearing one of those, nobody's getting near you. So if you're marching, like that, stop. If you are marching just to protest, you're not doing anything. It is a march to nowhere. Join into actions and protests that have a point to them, that will result in a goal, a real legislative change. Stop with the impeach stuff. If there's something to impeach, with all the freaking investigations going on, it's going to happen. Our whole government is doing nothing but investigating each other right now. But even if it's successful, then we wind up with Pence in office. And he wants to rule rule the country by the Bible. What part of the Bible? Old Testament, New Testament? Who knows? But then if you get rid of him, then we get Ryan in office. Ryan is just a demon. Just look up at his ideas. This tax bill, he was orgasmic over it. And he wants to wipe out all social programs. He wants to call them entitlements. Okay, fine, that's an entitlement by the definition that he's using. Yeah, people that have worked all their lives are entitled to survive. And yeah, that's an entitlement. Even if you haven't worked all your life, you're entitled to survival. Ryan wants to get rid of Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and anything else. Well, food stamps. That just doesn't work. The entire economy would collapse. So, except for his rich buddies, of course. But I'll do a whole different video on that one. So, get involved. Do something. Do something that will do something. Stop with all the impeach and hate and division. If we do not unite across party lines, we have no hope. The only thing that we can hope for is a civil war and a serf society. You need to start thinking in different terms. Turn off MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. Turn them all off. Start watching alternative media. Start looking for sources that give you sources, that tell you what the effects of these things are, that tell you what is going on while you're being diverted by Trump's latest tweet. Because all that is a cycle to keep you addicted. They keep on promising the primo stuff is coming, and the primo stuff is not coming. If it is coming, then wait for it to arrive. Okay? Until then, actually get involved. All right, so please hit like and subscribe. And if you can, become a patron on Patreon. Share this video with your friends. We need to increase the awareness that people are addicted. Anything can be an addiction. Coffee, alcohol, drugs, sex, and news. Fear. If it gets you to think, well, that's not such a bad addiction. If it gets you involved, fine, good. But when it's doing nothing but destroying you and our society, then that is not a good addiction. Change your addiction to something positive. Have a good day, and see you tomorrow.